Okay, let's go. Phillies, Marlins, Jake Arrieta versus Sandy Alcantara. Arrieta being a tricky pitcher to figure out. Thanks to Jin Rummy, I stayed off trying to go and take the over in his last start up against Porcello. And he had a nice start. So he looked so bad. He looked so bad. He lasted an inning and a third against the Braves on August 30th, 7 runs, worst start of his career. But he came back on Friday against the Mets. Season high 7 innings. Allowed 2 runs, 1 walk, struck out 7. Arrieta's first start against the Marlins this year. He's 6-1, 3.4 overall at Marlins Park. Very nice. And 8-1, 3.55 ERA and 11 starts against the Marlins. Mr. Gogis is all over the Marlins. Alcantara will hold this Phillies team in check. Willie, can you trust Alcantara now after not seeing him? And he's not being around. He has great numbers against the Phillies in his career. It's not a huge sample size, 5 starts, 4-1, 2.51 ERA. But, 16 2/3, 17 K, 7 walks. And he's been out. He's been gone. Bleds W says Miami always plays Phillies tough. Philly won 12 of their past 16 games. 4th in the majors, runs per game at 5.31. What the hell's Alcantara going to give you? Brandon Lugo has an interesting point here. Phillies coming off an off day. Marlins were dying on the field. Eileen Phils. And Jason Folks says, first look, final game over. Too many pitching question marks. Let's see what we're dealing with here in this Philly-Miami game. Philly opening up at -110. They're now -115. Did Jake Arrieta get right in that last start? Are we getting value on this Phillies team that's rolling right now? What's Alcantara going to give you? The Marlins bullpen now 5.27 ERA after getting shellacked last night. Went from 4.29 to 5.27 last night alone. Ravi says, I have a lean. Yes, Gio Mercedes, we're going over football heavy. We're going to go over football next. Next will be NFL, then NCAA football. Then we'll go into NBA and NHL. Jin Rummy, looking at that Nats price with Voth, I could understand why. I mean, I know Voth is terrible, but both pitchers, Erlin. I understand, Mr. Gokster, but here, do you want Alcantara? Do you want Alcantara here when we haven't seen him because of COVID? And Arrieta gaining confidence in his last start, always pitches well down in Marlins Park. We have a rested Phillies team that's been hitting the ball hard. And it's just -115. Yes, Glenn Elliott, man, the stadium opens and closes. We got to see a game there in person when we had a low bag Summit of Champions in Miami at the gorgeous Diplomat Hotel. Jin Rummy says under 9 in the Marlins game, but only at -106 where it opened. Ben Sports 24/7 says Arrieta only had 2 good starts in his last 5. One against the Mets and one against Washington. Can't be trusted. Every other game he gave up 4 earned runs twice in 7 years. And this – all right. I do have some interest in the Phillies. Rested Philly squad. Yeah, don't worry. The roof will be closed, Glenn. All right, I think I'm gonna pull the trigger here on the Phillies. This is just a tired. That was a long game. Now they have to come right back at it against a rested Phillies team. This is screaming Philadelphia Phillies to me. All right, I'm on the Phillies. Jin Rummy says my fair line for the Phillies -120, so small value, but not enough for him. It's enough for me. I'm taking the Phillies. It's -115 right now. Brandon Lugo says Miami weak versus righties. Big Franco says Phillies better bullpen too. Maybe a better bullpen. And Jason Lowry says yes, it closes. Okay.